Hi everyone, my name is Lorieli. I work for the College of Education department here at Cal State Long Beach, and I'm also a student here, just like many of you guys watching. If this is your first time registering to vote, this is what I'm here for. I'm going to be giving you a little step-by-step guide on what to expect when registering. What do you need to feel a little bit more prepared when registering, and just like key notes to keep in mind when you are filling out the application. Um, Thank you for being here. You're already making the first step into becoming politically involved into this election. It's super important that we do participate in this upcoming election as college students. I mean, there are so many topics that can affect us, like education policy, student loans, even things like climate change. Whatever topics are most important to you, I highly recommend that you guys do research on which political party preference is going to advocate for your needs because your voice does matter. So go beach, go vote. You got this. So let's get started. How to register to vote. So one of the first things that you are going to do is sign on to your single login, your single sign login, and then when you go onto My Apps, you're going to click on Register to Vote. And from here, it's going to send you to the California registration site, which is going to look like this. And it's going to give you a couple options, but we're going to go ahead and choose the Register to Vote now. And yeah, let's go. So to this first page of classification, it's gonna ask you for which of the following. So go ahead and choose the one that applies for you. And then once you press next, it's going to send you to the second page, which is going to ask you a lot of personal information. And if you want to be a little bit more prepared when filling this out, I would just have your California state issued ID out and ready because it is going to ask you for identification. But yeah, it's going to ask you for your qualifications, any personal information like your name and your home address, and then it's going to be asking you for your place of birth. This section right here, identification, like I mentioned, it's going to ask you for your identification card number. So just make sure you have that out and ready. It's going to ask you a couple more questions about your ethnicity, your which language preference when filling out the form, and your home address. For the bottom part of the page, it's going to be asking you your political party reference. And in certain states, if you were to choose no party slash none, you may not be able to vote for some party candidates in the primary US president election that's coming up. But I chose to put yes, of course, whichever applies to you. But that is something to keep in mind when you are registering. So when you get to page 3, it's going to be asking you about your voter registration application and how you would want to receive it, and if you would want to receive any other informational guides to by mail before you have to vote. I highly recommend, but of course, always do your own research. Choose what applies for you. It's going to be asking you these questions. It's also going to be asking you if you would like to volunteer. You don't have to check the boxes. Remember, the most important boxes to check are going to be in a red asterisk, but if you would like to, you can always check here if you want to participate that way. Um, and then also towards the end of the page, it's going to be asking you if you go to university or college. If you are a college student and you're watching this with me and you go and fill it out, make sure you do fill out this little section right here. We are in this like contest with other CSUs where to see how many students we can get to register to vote. So just select your school system and your campus and you should be good to go. But yeah, it's gonna at the bottom of it, it's also gonna be asking you for the consent of your signature coming from your DNV issued license or your DNV signature, my bad. And yeah, so you're just gonna check what applies. Then it's going to be asking you for a consent or signature, and just make sure you are confirming that all of your information you're putting down is correct for you. And then once you press next, you're going to be sent to this fourth page, which is just a review of your voter registration application. Make sure you are double checking, making sure that your mailing address is correct, your issued ID is correct, first name, last name, all capitalized. Yeah, really gonna scroll down and just click submit. And then after you press submit, online, you are good to go. You're going to be getting a confirmation email or a confirmation in the mail saying that you registered to vote. And then it might also come with some information about where you can vote and if you would like to request a mail in ballot. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, you are registered. And before I end off this video, I just want to say that if you come to CSULB, then you know where EED 67 might be. Check on your campus map, if anything. But we are going to be having a little event here from 9 to 5. If you can show us that you're registered, you can grab a little treat. And if you aren't registered, that's okay because we're here to help you and we can help you do it online. And then you can get your treat afterwards. So I think it sounds like a pretty good deal if you ask me. But thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope this video helps and see you guys soon. Bye.